One of the questions I get a lot is, how do I calculate decodability? And that's an important question because the stronger decodability percentage that a text has means the more opportunities for decoding students will have as they read that book. As students develop fluency and automaticity with their decoding skills, it frees up cognitive space for them to strengthen their comprehension. So today we're going to take a look at a formula as well as an example for calculating decodability. Let's dive in.
To calculate decodability, begin by locating your district's or your school's scopes and sequences for both phonics skills and sight words. You'll want to have your phonics continuum and sight word lists side by side while you look at the decodable books that you're considering using. Let's say I just taught a long I silent E phonics lesson and need a decodable book for students to practice that skill in continuous text. I'm going to look at this book, Quack's Big White Bike, and compare it to my phonics scope and sequence as well as my sight word list to help me determine its decodability percentage. When calculating decodability, it's important to consider not only the amount of opportunities students have in the text to practice the new phonics skill and sight word, but also the opportunities for cumulative review. To review those prior taught phonics skills and sight words is really important when helping students build automaticity and fluency. This is a story about a duck whose name is Quack, and he's super excited about his big white bike. Quack and the mice go for a ride on his bike when they run into some slime. I'm gonna walk through the pages of this book and actually look for words that are not decodable. Simply because there are less of those words, it will make it easier for me to count those. But while we go through this book, I've highlighted for you any words on pages that aren't decodable to make those words stand out. And while we're going through, also take a look at the illustrations and the storylines and all the places that would be great conversations for comprehension. So on this page, there's only one word that's not decodable, and that's the sight word 1. On the next page, everything is decodable. Same thing with this page. On page 9, there's 2 additional sight words that haven't been taught yet, so we're going to consider those non-decodable, and that's the words saw and something. On this page, everything is decodable, and you can see that something happened here with the bike. They slid into some slime. And then at the end here, you can see how they feel about that, and there's some great opportunities for comprehension building conversations. So once you've looked through this book, the total number of words in this book is 208, and the number of non-decodable words that I counted was 3. So what I'm gonna do is subtract that total number of words from 3, and that's gonna give me the number of decodable words. So there are 205 decodable words in this book. So then we take the number of decodable words, divide it by the total number of words in the text, and multiply it by 100 to get the overall decodability. This book has a really strong decodability factor, but as you saw, it also has a rich storyline that will motivate students to want to read. That motivation will fuel their desire to learn and help to foster a love of reading. Click the link below to learn more about Pioneer Valley Books' decodable books.